What's up, guys? So first and foremost, to all the mothers, happy Mother's Day. Now that that's out the way, today was very similar to yesterday's, just kind of a chill day today. More books, finished or almost about to finish the Reality Revolution, and then I'm getting ready to start another book. So it's been good, can't complain. We'll do a little chart breakdown of what we could potentially, get into tomorrow. I didn't really have that, on schedule or planned, but we could get it. Why not? So let me pull up some charts here quickly, and we'll dive right into it. Trading view. As I told you last, the Weeble account is at 188, so pretty solid. We're going to try to jump in some SPY moves, tomorrow more than likely, as long as everything adds up. So we're going to just let's look at SPY first. That way we go right into that, and then we'll go into like NVIDIA, we'll go into SPY. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn you around here. Come on over, people. Boom. Let's see here. Boom. Perfect. Okay, so you guys should be able to see what's going on here. Hopefully my arm is not in the way. Scoot it over a little bit. Okay. So, what if I back you up like that? All right. There we go. My arm's there, but you guys can still kind of see what's going on. So let's mark off the weeklies. Let's go ahead and delete this. That way we do it from the beginning. We're looking at SPY. All right. S&P 500 ETF. Start marking our levels. All right, we've got... on the weekly, it's very apparent that we're obviously making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. Looks like it wants to go make a higher high. So now already we're thinking, okay, on the bigger time frame, let's put the text out here. We are looking for weekly, 4 hour, 1 hour. Oops, I forgot the daily. My bad. Daily. Let's put bullish. Now we're going to do that before we mark any levels. Let's go to the daily. We're also bullish here. This is more for the overall trend, guys, just so you know what we're doing it for. Let's go to the 4 hour. Notice higher highs, higher lows, higher high. So we're going to go bullish again. Right now we're already 3 out of 4, so we're pretty positive that even if the other one was a bearish sentiment on the 1 hour, it's not really going to change our overall move. But there's obviously opportunity for scalps where we could be on a counter trend, which is for, like a quick turnaround. So even still, the 1 hour is very bullish. So we're going to just put bullish. So you're talking about to follow market structure, to go with the flow or go with the trend. We're looking for buys. Hopefully my arm's not way in the way, guys. Hold on, sorry. Let's do this. Let's move it over to this screen. Boom. And let's turn you around. Boom. Boom. Okay, hold on. Can you guys see? All right, perfect. So here we are on SPY still. All we've identified at this point is that everything is bullish. So let's go back to the weekly and let's start marking off our levels, our key levels. Shoot. Okay. Okay. Well, there is a level all the way down here. Again, that's 460, but let's mark it anyway. We want to have it there. We're going to type weekly here. Okay, what else? There's not a whole lot of detail in here, but we do see obviously a little bit of a level of support here, a little bit of resistance here, a couple wicks that have come and slapped this. So let's just put one down here at 494 weekly. When we get into the 4 hour and get into the 1 hour, we'll see if that marker is valid. But as of right now, we've got it marked as weekly, so you guys can see that over here to the right. Let's see here. Let's make sure you can see everything. Okay, cool. What else? There's a little level right here. If you guys notice, there's some wicks at the top here. Just indecision. So we're going to put something right here at the... We're going to initially mark it here at the 515 area. 515.50. And we will go back and either take that off if we see it becomes a little bit invalidated or if it's a solid level. I also feel there's another one right up in here. Oops. At 504. So we're also going to mark that weekly. Alright, so we've pretty much got our levels. Let's go down to the... I told you I look at the daily just to get some more information, but for the most part, I mean, for instance, if I wanted to draw a trend line right here, I could bring this down. I've got a couple touches here. So now when we're on the other side of the descending trend line, we're looking for buys. We are coming into a level of resistance here, right? It's hit this, come down, hit this, come down, hit this, really smack back down in this area, which is kind of like the weekly area that I marked off. So this in turn can be validated that this is a good area of indecision. So let's go to the 4 hour and let's start getting a little bit more in depth. So just to add to my case, we've got a higher, we're starting to build our first, higher low right here on this level. Okay, I'll just draw a full circle. And then we start making our way up, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we're getting a bit of a pullback. Again, we're in the 4 hour level. We can put something probably right up in, let's delete that. Can probably put a regular line in. Okay, this isn't a bad 4 hour. Mark that. Got a little bit of indecision here. When we get to the 1 hour, we'll probably make it a little bit more clear. Let's just put this one here anyway. We've got a little bit of resistance here, support, a little consolidation before we hit down here. Got a little stoppage here, so we're going to put a line here. I like the way this looks. 4 hour. And the 1 hour is really going to tell us what we need to know. I mean, it's clear that I'm going to draw a box up here on the 1 hour. So for instance, there is a zone here. The 1 hour zone just make it really clear for me to see. I can bring that right across. Notice you've got a level of demand up here. So, you're coming up here, boom, get smacked back down, right? Supply. So, and then hit back down to demand, which is right here in this area, about that 518 area. So that would be the two zones that I'm trading in between. There's definitely a 1 hour level in here somewhere. We've got like a little bit of a consolidation where it's kind of been smacked around here, bounced around a couple times. Resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. And then again, we're getting a little bit. So let's just put a 1 hour level right in here. And again, I like to put boxes more than I do because it's, again, more of an art than it is the exact spot it needs to be. So this is a range. We all understand that. I'm going to place that in there. If it breaks below this level, then we're looking to take it here, the 518. From 518, we get down a little bit lower, which is that weekly level where it's hit a bunch of times, and obviously we just move level to level. So as of right now, this is what we're looking at. If this thing stays up above this 520 area, we notice that we opened. Let's see here. Let me get into more detail. That way we can really look at it. Yeah, notice right here at 9:30 a.m. we opened. We went to its highs, and then we pretty much just dumped the rest of the day. Hit this level of support. We're starting to build back up. Buyer stepped in. We hit up above this. Okay, but we're clearly making, even on the 15-minute time frame, we're making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So we're on our way up. There's a nice ascension here. And we also have the EMA underneath here, the 50 EMA, which is a good sign. So it looks like we are going to start making upticks. On top of all that, we've obviously got confluence because we've already identified, that we are, in a bullish trend anyway. And that's actually confirmed through the weekly, daily, 4-hour, and 1 hour. So those are also confirmations that, okay, in fact, we do like what we're looking for, which is buys in this case. Notice I put a trend line right here. We've got quite a few touches. 3, even 4. Look, if I counted this one, almost again 2 there. This one doesn't quite touch. 3, 4, almost 5 touches. So this is a strong line that it's following. Now, it's very possible that tomorrow this thing opens up and comes underneath here. Now, does it get back up and kind of play everybody, start dropping down, false breakout? So here's your situations and or scenarios. Let's say it starts here, pre-market, and then it opens, right? It kind of jumps around here, maybe does a false breakout, comes down, pushes back up, starts to retest, respect this line once again, and we start climbing back up into its next levels. Or we get here, let's say, it's obviously possible. Let's just use that same example. Let's say it still does open below this major mark here, 520, and we just start bouncing. We reject off of this line. We reject once again. We start coming under here. Then, of course, the next liquidity pool would be down up in here at 518. And then, obviously, more of the, I wouldn't want to use necessarily predictable because, obviously, nothing is predictable in this market. But let's say if it opens above like this, gaps, potentially we come up here, we fill, and then we start to continue to make our way. We get here resistance, if maybe it goes sideways and then starts to push back up, or we see another rejection and it starts to play here. But it stays up above the 520 area for a potential later move to go back up. I know there's a lot of scribbling. Again, when we see pre-market moves tomorrow, we'll get a better understanding of what it wants to do, but you're looking left. Let me pull out the arrow tool here. When you look over here, it's very clear what's it done in the past. Hit, look how far this thing went down. What's it done up here? Hit, come on down. What's it done here? Hit, come on down. Which is where that 520 marker ends up becoming, a valid price action indecision level for most, buyers and sellers to figure out what they're going to do next. So these are the, kind of the general synopsis of what we're looking for tomorrow. Let's dive into, let's look at, what did we do before? We did AMD, right? We made some money on AMD. That went actually pretty well. So let's look at that one more time. I actually had these marked off already. These levels right now are still valid. Notice how once we got up here, we started to make a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. I mean, a nice, beautiful trend line I could draw right here. It pushed up, hit this supply zone up here, and then bounced down. And what did it do? It kissed that 151 again. So obviously in these two levels, it is very respected. This is something we have to keep an eye out for. It's kind of bouncing around here. Like a ball hitting a floor, a glass floor is what the analogy I like to consider. It's going to hit this enough times, and then it's either going to fail and the glass will shatter, or it will hold it. And that's just another way of you identifying, when you have buyers or sellers in the market, who's going to end up being the dominant force. When we go to the higher time frames of the weekly, it's very clear. What are we making? We've got up here all the way up to 225, almost 230. And now we've started to really fall this way. Lower highs, lower lows, lower high. So if it respects this structure, it'll go and make probably a lower low. We look like we're kind of getting almost a little bit of a head and shoulders here. I mean, it's not the clearest thing ever, but there's potential for it. Obviously, we've got the head there. We've got the left shoulder. And then potentially this thing pushes back up, maybe test this level, this 180 level on the way up, and then dumps back down. So we're looking at a bunch of different things. I don't only go off of, this is head and shoulders or an inverse head and shoulders or whatever the case may be. Yeah, this is a much clearer picture right here. Take a peek. See if I can find that tool. I don't want to measure. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Check it out. Boom. Boom. Left shoulder. Boom. Head. Boom. Right? Boom. Obviously, this would be the right shoulder. I mean, in theory, this is the right shoulder. It's just a little bit below. Okay? If you really wanted to tighten it up, boom. Okay, so this is kind of what you're looking at. Let's say I bring this down a bit, like so, and I bring the right shoulder up here. So, again, it's not perfect, but it just, again, gives you another confluence and or confirmation that this is potentially what you're seeing play out before your eyes. So we take a look at all things. We try to just stay out of the way of news entirely. Don't really look at fundamentals all too much. I will know what's going on, but I'm not going to let that be the deciding factor. Let's check Forex Factory here. Today, obviously nothing crazy. Tomorrow, nothing, no news. So we also could go stagnant. We've got mortgage delinquencies, but that's only a yellow folder. Oh, we've got PPI on Tuesday, the 14th. Oh, Fed Chair Powell speaks at 10 a.m. That's going to be big. Let's see here. We've got CPI, which is a big day. May 15th, Wednesday. Let's go. Thursday, we've got unemployment claims. Oh, this is a packed week. And Friday, we're back to normal. So, we've definitely got some plays, but tomorrow there will not be any, so we might just be able to, it's either one of two things. It's either going to be ranging or, we get some nice pushes without any catalyst news that's going to make it go too haywire where, we get smacked out of positions, but something that's a little bit more predictable. That can be very optimistic of me. I could be completely wrong, but again, that is the whole purpose of doing this and doing this the day before so you guys can really see what's going on and what I'm looking at. So AMD, we got the breakdown. The only reason I'm not going to spend too much time on NVIDIA, we can take a peek at it here. I still have my levels also. It's consolidated in these two ranges between 890 and 910 almost, and its highs being up to 920 is because they're so expensive, you know what I'm saying, to get into these positions. But more money will be put into the options accounts. I've told you already that going all in on Webull or going all in on Schwab or whatever the case may be, these are, a couple, sorry, let me bring this down, so I'm sorry. These are a couple, trading platforms that I'm using, that I'm utilizing, that I really do enjoy. It makes it very seamless. They're pretty friendly on the mobile whenever I'm up and moving. Typically, though, I'm watching the screen when I'm trading. I know what's going on. But most importantly, I obviously don't want to miss out on, opportunities, right? So what I mean by that is doing like I told you, the Trade-Of-8 one that you guys have seen me log in, make an account for, the 300K. To reset, that's $50. That's a 300K account. I think that just mentality-wise, coming in, being a little bit more, even keel, a little bit more focused, it's a process. As I told you yesterday, as I'll always continue to tell you, it always looks like very small, incremental, steps that maybe don't seem like a lot because this business is about making money. And if you're not making money, then you must not be good. Again, it's not a linear game. So no, when it all clicks, you have that aha moment, if you will. Then all of a sudden it's like the floodgates just open up, and then you're just like pouring in capital. So meaning flowing in, not pouring it into your brokerage account or whatever the case may be. But I'm doing my absolute best to show you that the only two accounts that I would ever get if I do end up getting the Trade-Of-8 thing again is Trade-Of-8, which is futures that you guys know can't be gimmicked or messed around with. I show you guys my login on my Charles Schwab. Right now I've got the Webull right now. I'll probably put more into the Webull. We'll continue to trade that. We'll continue to build on that. And, and put one foot in front of the other. I wanted to get on here. Once again, happy Mother's Day to those who, are watching or who see this. This has been, we had breakfast this morning, which was super cool. Got to whip up, some pancakes and some eggs and bacon and the whole bit, right? Had some mimosas. It was good. It was a good time. And then my brother's birthday was the 9th of May. So we ended up celebrating his 35th. So that was cool. We all got to get together as a family and do that. So here we are, but back in the dungeon. And, just getting back to work. That's what this is about. So, nothing super exciting. No workout today. Apologize for that. But as you guys know, Saturdays and Sundays, I usually rest my body. Tomorrow, we are back at it. right? We are back at it. Now we're probably going to go ahead and throw, a couple more $100 into the options account just so we can get in the positions that we really want to and capitalize on the positions we want to. Vacation's coming soon, so get ready. You guys will be first to see that. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's going to be a good time. It is. So anyways, guys, love you so much. Appreciate you watching this. If you're watching this, say it with me if you know it. You are uniquely different. God took his time on you. You're one of one. And if nobody's told you today, I love you so much. Peace.